Alright, so let's get started. First of all, greetings to everyone who is live. Greetings to everyone who is watching this after it's been live on YouTube. It's good to see your faces. Not that I can see any of your faces, but yeah. So over the last couple of weeks, actually months, because I found a list of questions I never answered from a very, very long time ago, as well as a few current up-to-date questions from the last few weeks. Been asking you guys on all kinds of social medias, Discord, Twitter, YouTube itself. So yeah, I've gathered a big list of questions. We're going to be answering them, and then after that we'll be having a chat, talking to the chat, answering anything you want to know. So yeah, I think at least once a year I want to do a video like this where I just talk about everything, and I want to literally talk about everything. I want to talk about everything to do with my life. I want to talk about the future, and yeah. So yeah. All right. Lovely. So let me get my phone because that's where all my questions are. I've just finished work. It's been a long day. Long day. And in my break, I started gathering all the questions, and yeah. So I'm gonna get the touchy subject out of the way first, because yeah. Well, actually, no, I should start off by saying we're gonna start off by talking about a few personal things. You know, like the stuff that has happened in the last 5 months. A lot of it has to do with my ex, but I've ignored a lot of questions, and I'm gonna sort of combine a lot of them together. Keep it real quick. I don't want to ruin the mood. I don't want to ruin my mood talking about it. So we're gonna quickly breeze past that really quickly, and then we're gonna move on to other stuff. We're gonna talk about myself, the channel, you know, the process of making videos, the future, and yeah, just everything. Like I said, so yeah. Alright, so for those who don't know, I was in a very, very toxic relationship with my ex, which she ended, and I didn't take it well. It was awful, and my way of dealing things, well, the best way I know how to deal with these things was to make videos, to talk to the public. It's just what I do, okay? The way she broke up with me was crap. Should I start swearing? I don't know. We'll see how we go. I mean, I'm like, do I keep this PG or what? And the way she did it was shit. Okay, and I don't want to get into it because that's what those videos were for. But anyway, so I dated an absolute awful human being, absolutely awful human being. Anyone who knew my ex, I don't think anyone in my Discord server can agree with me. She was a piece of work. She was awful. And yeah, I mean, I'm very, very happy that part of my life is gone. Very, very happy. So yeah, I think that's just to quickly start it off. So the first question was, are you over your ex? Yeah, I'm over my ex. I'm not over how it ended and the crap that I found out afterwards. That's the part that still doesn't really get to me. It just pisses me off. It just pisses me off. So yeah, that's that question. No, I do not. I mean, yes, I am with my ex. Second question: would you take her back? No, not in a million years. There's like a 0.0001% chance I'd ever take her back, and yeah. Have you learned anything from this breakup? Yes, I've learned a lot about this breakup. I learned to, you know. You did not like her. You did not like her. Anyway, yeah. What have I learned? I've learned to pick up on like the red flags that you see very, very early on, and you know, it was my first real relationship, and there was red flags even from day one. You know, this was a chick that, you know, she was like an online gamer girl, sending pictures to everyone, you know, and that's how I sort of met her, and I was like, okay, it was a bit intense. This is definitely not the type of girl I would ever go for, but somehow I did, you know. Maybe I was just lonely at the time. Who knows? It was over 2 years ago. It was a long time ago, a different part of my life. So yeah, and she was yeah, not a nice person. She was nice to me though. Maybe that's why I fell for her. That's Snowhood, my man Snowhood. I got a question saying, what was the nicest thing that your ex ever did for you? The nicest thing she ever did to me was breaking up with me. It was the best thing she's ever done for me. Thank you. And honestly, that is it for anything to do with my ex. And now we can move on to better questions. And yes, so that part's done. All right. Heph, why don't you upload as much as you used to? I guess this can kind of relate to what I just talked about. So after this all happened, obviously my mental health was all over the place. I was having my good days and I was having my really, really bad days. And I have always only ever recorded when I'm in a good mood. That's just the way it's always been. I've never seen this as a job. I've never forced myself to record if I don't want to. I will only ever record a video when I want to. And that's the truth. And lately, hey, Custom Luke, how are you doing? Lately, I've been focusing on my life way more than YouTube, and I'm not mad about that at all. You should always focus on yourself. It's very, very important. And I've been going out a lot more. I've been hanging out with friends a lot. I've been working a lot. And yeah, and if I have the free time, and if I'm at home, and I'm obviously not playing games with my friends online, or I'm not doing other stuff, I will make a video. And I actually like making videos, that I don't want to make it sound like I don't like making videos. I love making videos. But at the same time, though, I think my personal life is more important at the moment, and YouTube doesn't pay enough to, to commit to it as like a job. So, yeah. So that's opening really loud. How are you, Snow? I've missed you. Alright. What has been your biggest difficulty with doing YouTube? So I've been doing YouTube since 2012. It's always been like a hobby. I've never really done YouTube as like a job, even though, actually no, technically I have, because there's been days where I've literally every single day been doing it for like 5 hours a day at some point. The biggest difficulty for me, my audience is mainly in Europe. And obviously I'm living in Australia. It's very, very far away. And so my audience is sort of split between America and Europe, which are both, a long distance away. The time difference is crap. So my biggest difficulty with YouTube is actually just not being able to really, because I'm so far away, I can't do let's say Mountain Blade events. I can do them, but I have to play with like a 300 ping. I have to play at maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning just to join them. And I know it doesn't really sound that bad, but like that's something I don't want to do. I don't want to play Mountain Blade with 300 ping or more because it's unplayable. And I don't want to wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning to do these events. Also, all the friends I've made on YouTube. America isn't too bad. Obviously, Snowhood, who's in chat right now, is a great example. We've made hundreds and hundreds of gaming videos on YouTube over the last 7 years, and so that's not too bad. But it's more towards Europe, and I had a lot of friends in Europe, and not just that. It was not being a part of like events as well. That was a big thing. So back when I was more of a Total War channel, Creative Assembly made this event for Total War Arena, and I actually found out from a different YouTuber that I was actually on the list of YouTubers to get invited to go to Germany and be a part of this Total War Arena event, which some of you may remember. A lot of channels took part in it at the time. At the time, my channel was the same size as a lot of the channels who went. Yeah, and I found out through a friend who's still a friend to this date that I was on the list of being invited to this thing. But the reason why was because I was too far away. I lived in Australia. Obviously, it would cost me like quadruple the amount than it would to fly someone else out who lived closer in Europe. So yeah, that's probably the biggest downside. Also, time. Time is a pain in the ass with YouTube. It takes a long time. Well, it depends. I guess it depends what you do with YouTube. But for me, time has always been a bitch because I do spend so much time on videos. So yeah, I guess that's my biggest difficulty. And yeah, for everyone who's just been tuning in, hello, it's good to see you. Once I've gone through the questions which I've been gathering over, the last couple of weeks, I'll be talking to the chat and we'll be answering questions there or just hanging out. You know what? What's the best and worst thing about running a YouTube channel? The best thing is having like a community. You know, for me, for example, I got my Discord server, which I use every single day. It's like one of the first things I check in the morning. You know, I check it before I go to bed and throughout the day. I made so many friends on YouTube, on the Discord server as well. I love waking up. You know, for example, I would upload a video. I'd make it go public at like midnight or whatever. I'd obviously go to bed and wake up to such, you know, so many nice comments. You know, it's awesome seeing like your videos do well. But yeah, the worst thing about YouTube is, you know, I would say spending a lot of time on a video and then it not doing well. It's very, very crushing, I would say. There's been many videos in the past where I've spent literally days, and I'd upload it and it wouldn't even get like half the views, you know, than a video that would only take, you know, a couple of hours to make. So, but no, yeah, that's just what it's like sometimes, you know. So yeah, I would say that's the best and worst thing. So yeah, the best thing about is having like, you know, a community and so many awesome people that support you, and the worst thing is like, you know, yeah, that. What are your hobbies? I guess YouTube is my hobby. I used to play a few sports, but not really a hobby, is it? Is it? I used to paint Warhammer models back in the day. Haven't done it in a few years. Yeah. I like drinking a lot as well. Is that a hobby? Probably not. Do you still go to the gym? I do actually. I was going well for a few months where I was going at least 3 or 4 times a week, and then I got lazy and it was like once a week. But right now, it's back to like 3 times a week. I'm actually going tomorrow, so there we go. What is your favorite TV show at the moment? My favorite TV show at the moment is The Mayans MC, which is a sequel to Sons of Anarchy. It's set 5 years after the end of Sons of Anarchy. So if anyone's, I'm sure people have heard of that show. It's a great show. It's all about, you know, bike clubs and all that crap. And yeah, so the Mayans MC is obviously a different motorcycle club in the same world. It's just set in a different location, and it's such an awesome show. Season 2 is currently airing right now. It's awesome. I'm like addicted to it. Will you do more vlogs? I love making vlogs. I really, really do. I love making videos which are real life. You know, if I had the choice to restart YouTube, I'd probably not do gaming, honestly. I would probably do like real life sketches or something like that, you know, just random stuff, because I personally enjoy editing. Because that's the thing, I love editing, but I love editing like real life videos so much. And yeah, like I plan to do way more. Honestly, if people want to see them, I'll look, hands up, I'll do it, you know. But yeah. So yeah, yeah, I'll do more vlogs if people want to see them. Hell yeah. How did you learn how to edit? I really like your edits. Thank you. It was just, I was self-taught. Most of it was pretty self-explanatory. You know, I figured out most of the basic stuff by myself. But for example, if I wanted to learn like how to do something, honestly, just Google it. And YouTube is your friend. You know, YouTube. I learned how to Photoshop with YouTube. Learn how to edit, After Effects, edit my audio, all on YouTube. You know, just Google or YouTube what you want to learn, and it will tell you how to do it. What new features will make Banlord great? A release being released earlier would be nice. That'd be a great feature. But honestly, I think the crafting system of making your own weapons is going to be awesome. That's going to be very, very different to the current Mount & Blade Warband game. And honestly, I don't really know. I think it's just going to be, there's so many features that are going to be added in. But yeah, I think maybe the crafting would be cool. So yeah, that's cool. Will you return to the Pendor series? So for those who don't know, when I came back earlier this year, I started with a Mount & Blade Warband Prophecy of Pendor series, and it wasn't receiving too well. So I stopped it, and only one person has asked for it back since I've stopped uploading it. So I'm assuming that this new person has stumbled across that series, watched the first like 5-6 parts which I uploaded, and I've obviously just stopped, and because no one asked for it for all this time. So what's the secret to growing a good beard? See, I don't even consider my beard that well. That good. Like it's a beard. I don't think it's like a great beard. But honestly, I think there's no trick to growing a good beard. Literally, it's in your genetics. You either can grow a beard or you can't grow a beard. I can grow a beard. It's cool, and I trim it daily with a beard trimmer. That's about it, really. That's the trick to growing a beard. Do you prefer pizzas or burgers? Probably pizzas. You know, I work at a burger restaurant, and yeah, probably. I like both. That's a stupid question. I like both. Hey, Heph, I love your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. And hello to everyone in chat. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just answering questions. And what's your proudest video you've ever made? Oh, that's a hard question. That's a difficult question. Because I'm quite proud of, with many of my videos. Probably my Nova Atus video I made. If you guys remember, the big cinematic season 1, whatever it was called. That storyline and that and how I did it all, that took like literally 3 weeks to make. And I had like people, if Luke's still in chat, he helped me make that. And a few other people also helped me like write the script down, and I edited it all, and then that was, yeah, I'll say that series in general was just a massive, like, you know, I was very, very proud of it afterwards. You know, still to this date, if I stumble across it, I'll sometimes just watch the entire intro again, because I was just so proud of it. But also again, when I came back to YouTube early this year, and I had the Pendor series, that like opening cinematic storyline as well was I was quite proud of that as well. So yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It's probably the Nova Atus series. That's probably one of my proudest videos. But I also made the World of Ice and Fire. I also made the World of Ice and Fire intro as well, like cinematic intro thing. That was cool. Would you play a Clash of Kings? You know, I played my fair share of a Clash of Kings. I think it's time to move on, and I'm really enjoying a World of Ice and Fire. I enjoyed that mod a lot more than that anyway. So that's it for all those questions. Yeah, I think that was actually really fast. I was like going through all of this earlier. I was like, this is gonna take ages, but yeah, we've literally blasted through these in like 20 minutes. Huh. There we go. There we go. Brilliant. Well, let's talk to the chat. Hello, everyone. So if there's anything you want to ask me, feel free to. Clash of Kings is terrible. Be nice, be nice. It's a good mod. Actually, I had some questions on Discord I completely forgot to read. Literally 3 have been posted since I started this. That's a good question. Hey Heph, love your videos. So what kind of setup do you use, like PC and etc.? So, oh god, I don't even know what my. So obviously I have a computer. It's I don't think I ever posted my PC specs. Maybe I could look it up for you right now. Let's look it up for you right now. Cause I'm pretty sure I have it all saved somewhere. It's not that. Let's click this system builder. It's not that. Must be this then. Okay, so my graphics card is a 1080 Ti, I believe. 1080 Ti, that sounds familiar. Alright, so we got the CPU is an Intel Core i7-8700K, whatever. We got a bunch of coolers. Motherboard is a Gigabyte Z390 Aorus Ultra ATX blah blah blah. We got two 16 gigabyte RAM. There we go. We got a solid state drive. We got a bunch of 2 terabyte hard drives. The case is a Corsair Spec Omega. If you want to see my PC of what it looks like, go check out my Instagram. And there's a look. I think it was one of my first videos I posted on there. If you scroll down the photos, it is yeah. The power supply is a Corsair RM 2018 750 watt gold 75 whatever, blah blah blah. Who cares? Anyway. I use 2 monitors. My main monitor is a 144Hz G-Sync NVIDIA, what's it called? Asus. I've got 2 Asus monitors, and I've got another, and they're both 24-inch. The other one is just a 60Hz one as my second monitor. My webcam is a C90 Logitech something. My microphone is a Blue Yeti, with a Blue Yeti shock mount and a boom arm. And then I use a pop filter as well to talk into as well. And that is my setup. That's basically my setup. PC, webcam, yeah. And my lighting is just lamps, which I've stolen from around the house. And I just used to put in my room. That's my, I don't have any like, you know, lighting setups. I've got 3 lamps. One I only use when I'm live or recording. I've got just my desk lamp, and I've got a lamp over there, which I'm now pointing at the ceiling because it makes it kind of bright up there. I'll see if you can tell the difference. Let's see. Kinda. And that's what I used to like read and stuff in bed, so yeah. Any chance of the Surreal Heph gang joining up for a Banlord multiplayer? That would be fun. I haven't spoken to Surreal in a very, very long time. Like a good maybe 2 years. Or maybe I have, like once or twice, but me and Surreal are good mates. Well, I like to think we are anyway. Yeah. A lot of love for Surreal. And I actually went past his channel the other day, and he's doing really, really well for himself. He's always been a hard worker on YouTube, doing well. But yeah, I'm sure we'll do something soon. I'm going to kick you from this Discord, I swear to God. Where's my admins? Pleb, sort out this questions for videos channel. Oh. Literally anyone who's actually using it to chat in, just ban him from this chat. So I'm banning you from this chat. Bloody hell. I don't know how clear I have to make this. What are your future plans for series? So at the moment, I'm doing my Road to Bannerlord. That's my main series right now. I'm going to be returning with A World of Ice and Fire in the next like month. It literally airing, just kick anyone who's like just talking in the questions and videos. Text chat. I don't know how many times I have to say it, and people still talking here. Or just don't kick them, just make sure they can't talk in this chat again. Anyway, how old are you, my lord? I am 23. I'm 24 on the 29th of September, which is in like a week and a half. So yeah, future series. Future series. So yeah, that's one of them. I've got a few little, yeah, ban and clan from that channel. Just make it so we can't send messages. Future series. I don't know if I want to spoil it. So yeah, What If Ice and Fire? Everyone knows that's going to happen. And yeah, so that's when 5.0 comes out. And luckily, I'm getting early access, like a month early, apparently. So I'm very, very happy for that. Sucks for you guys. Favorite Banlord faction? Probably the Empire. The green faction. I haven't looked at the factions in so long. So yeah, probably that one. Heph, will you do another Warsword campaign? I really want to, but I've heard it's like really bad, like really buggy with all the magic they've implemented into the mod. I really, really like Warsaw. That was one of my favorite series ever. The reason why the reason why I didn't keep going was because of how just the mod just wasn't designed for late game. And it was just an absolute nightmare. Factions was just occurring war on me left, right, and center, and it was just crap. Trying to run a kingdom on Warsaw Conquest late game is a nightmare. It's like native. Elves or dwarves? Elves. Actually, no, I love dwarves, but elves. Elves all the way. Birthday full invasion event. That's an idea. I really, really do want to do some Mountain Blade events. Even though I'm gonna have awful ping, I think it would just be fun to play with a bit massive group. For sure, that'd be fun. Let me get this music back going. It's on loop. Yeah, like I said before, like obviously it's a pain in the ass trying to set these events because one, if I want to do it at like a prime time where loads of people can join, it's gonna have to be at like a ridiculous time. Like 5 in the morning for me would be like a good time for like most of Europe and America. At the same time, I'll be playing with like 400 ping, so I'm basically playing, and it's gonna be almost like impossible to play. Do you know anything about Crusader Kings 2? It's basically like Total War. I've only been asked to play the game for like 3-4 years. And I still haven't. Even though I own basically every DLC, and I own it because I bought it. I bought it because I was angry that everyone kept telling me to play it, and I never actually played it. Yeah. Do you remember your Anglo-Zulu videos? I do. Oh, one of my favorite, like some of my like favorite videos I've ever made. Very, very fun to make. The problem with the events, because obviously the mod got updated to Anglo-Zulu War Reloaded, and as great of an upgrade that was, it was so buggy. If you had more than 30 people, the mod would just struggle, and it really, really struggled. And that, for me, kind of killed it. So, yeah. We ever play CK2 with the lads? CK2 when? For fuck's sake. I am not refusing to acknowledge your existence, Benjamin. No. You guys are too funny. Oh. Surely, any more questions? I mean, in all seriousness, does anyone in chat right now watch Mine's MC, which is the sequel to Sons of Anarchy? Because it is so good, and I don't know anyone that watches it. Honestly, like, it is so good, and I don't know a single person that watches it. And it really annoys me. Will you play the World of Ice and Fire mod on Banlord that Bruno and his developers are working on once they... Yeah, of course I am. You know, I like to think that I'm kind of a part of his little team because, you know, one, I'm going to be one of the only people to have early access to 5.0. He already announced it, that I'm getting early access like a month before anyone else. That's going to be great. So I can show you guys all the cool stuff about the mod before you even play it. So, cool. And of course I'm going to play it for Banlord. I'll be dumb not to. Will you play Perisno Mountain Blade mod? I'll play Perisno. I've actually even done a video with the guy who made the mod. He's a nice guy. The mod's just a bit crazy for me. It's a bit crazy. But, you know me, I like crazy. It's great. But, yeah, it's just a bit all over the place, isn't it? I'm getting a few private messages as well. Let's see. What music are you enjoying right now? That's a good question. I've been listening to a lot of Parkway again. Um, but I think if anyone knows me, I listen to a lot of old school stuff, like a lot of old school rock bands. Um, I'm not really into many modern day songs. I see the most like, yeah, Parkway's recent stuff has been amazing. Sons of Anarchy is great. Then you would love Minds MC. Watch it. It's great. Is there any other games you are thinking of recording and maybe start a series? Yes. I actually... I kind of want to play... I really want to record Borderlands 3, but I don't want to get this... I want to get it on Steam, because... I don't want to... Wait. Can anyone confirm this? If you buy Borderlands on the bloody Fortnite launcher, whatever you call it, Epic Games, when it comes out on Steam, do you have to buy it again, or can you play the same thing? I don't know. Are you going to do another a Divide and Conquer Lord of the Rings campaign? I really love Divide and Conquer, which is Third Age Total War for Medieval 2 Total War, but not many people were watching it. That's the problem. And those series go for a long time. So if I'm committing to a long series, and no one's watching them, it's kind of a waste of time. Unfortunately, obviously, if you look at my channel right now, it's not like I'm pumping 7 videos a week. It's like 2 or 3, and I don't want to waste one of those videos, on a video that not many people are going to enjoy. So. I'm actually going to England next year. I'm coming back. I'm going to be visiting around Europe. Going to go visit Snip and Arian. And then I'm going to go invade England. When are you going to play Commander game mode on native again? I don't know. Is that still a thing? Like, that was fun. But at the same time, I had a really high ping, and it was kind of... I couldn't play. I'll watch every episode of your Divide and Conquer campaign if you upload. I am planning on doing a final episode for the current one, which I never finished, which is the Wood Elves. Wood Elves? No, the Woodland Realms. So, come back for good? Nah, I'm good. Yeah, so next June or July, I'm coming over to England. Well, Europe. With the family. But I'm going to be going doing my own thing. Obviously, anything to do with Mount and Blade gets the views on my channel. But, obviously, I don't want to be just known for a Mount and Blade channel. Obviously, it's great because I love the game. And I like making videos for it. But, I want to be able to just play anything, upload it, and people just enjoy it. I've been recording Mount and Blade for 5 years now. I'm not bored of it. I'm still enjoying it. But eventually, like most channels... it's like anything in life. You will move on to something else. Like, obviously, if you saw how you saw my channel start, I started off by playing, Rome Total War online battles, and look where we are now. Not even playing Total War at all, and we're playing something completely different. So yeah, and it's like bands. You look at metal bands. They start off so hardcore, and they end up just becoming like rock bands. It's things change. Do you play League of Legends? No, I do not play League of Legends. Never played it, never watched... I've never even, watched more than 5 seconds of the game, so... I haven't played any Mordau in ages. It's so repetitive and boring. It was fun, but, it's not something I'm like, oh... It's not like when I hop on the computer, I'm like, oh, yes... I want to play some Mordau. So. Have you played the new DLC for Warhammer yet? No, I haven't even bought it. I don't remember the last DLC I played. I haven't played any of the I don't think I've played any of the new DLCs for Warhammer 2. I don't think I even have any of them. Maybe the pirate one, which I played for half an hour and got bored. I went back to the elves. Will you go back to Total War if they make a good game? if they make a good game. I love Total War, okay, but not current day Total War. Three Kingdoms, absolutely fucking boring. Absolutely fell asleep. I actually fell asleep playing it. It was so boring. I did not like it. Thrones of Britannia. Never played it. That was the first Total War. I didn't even finish watching the trailer. I was just like, nah, I don't give a crap. It was like an Attila Total War reskin in my eyes. And look, I'm sure it was great, but at the same time, I didn't hear anything good about it. You know, Shogun 2 was good. Rome 2 was where I stopped, you know, appreciating Total War. For me, I'll remember Total War from Rome 1 and Medieval 2. They're the Total Wars I remember. They're the Total Wars I love and will always love. And yeah. And I hope CA opens their eyes and just make a remastered version of Rome 1 or Medieval 2 and make it just make it like better, just more like, obviously these games are like 15 years old now, you know. Jump on a Ring of Elysium, we need a fourth. I haven't played in so long. I played a Ring of Elysium for a while. I found it pretty easy though. Which was fun. It was more of a casual. It was probably the most casual battle royale I've ever played. Dying didn't seem that much of a big deal to me. I was just like, whatever. Total Arena. They just try to. It was a pay to win. It was just anything pay to win just doesn't work. Or it does, but it's just pay to win takes the fun out of it. I was actually thinking the other day, if they were going to bring back Total Arena and like literally start from scratch, I would. Okay, I don't like. Obviously, I can't really explain this in my head, but imagine a MOBA Total War. Okay, where both sides start with like the same troops, and it's more about just capturing. I don't know, and over time it's more of just upgrading your troops from the start, okay? And you get like a fresh batch of troops every, say, like couple of minutes. I don't know. Imagine like a MOBA Total War, and like that would be my Total War Arena. And like with different maps, and you know, taking control of certain maps, there'll be certain map victories and stuff like capture the flag or like, you know, domination or. Yeah, I enjoyed Total Arena beta and I don't know. Play Fortnite? No. I got 2 wins on Fortnite, and then I was like, you know what? I'm never playing this again, and I haven't played it since. Excuse me, it's 6 AM. I apologize. It is 11 PM here. What do you think about CA going to mobile? I think anything going to mobile is a bad idea. You know, why do you think so many PC gamers commit to spending, you know, all this money on powerful PCs, all the upgrading, all the building, all the everything? Like my computer, it's probably like almost $3,000. You know, I spent $1,000 on a monitor. I have 2 actually. You know, I've got a very, very expensive keyboard and a very expensive mouse, and this has taken me a long time to afford. I don't want a fucking game. I don't want to play on my mobile. This is for Instagram, Snapchat, and tweeting. And occasionally making phone calls. I don't want to play a game on my bloody phone. Stupid. This old helmet. Hello, how's it going? Rome 2 got too linear and killed my love for Total War. This is from the original Shogun Total War fan. Great vid, Heph. Keep it real, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, like I think Rome 2 was so hyped because it was so hyped, and it took them a full year to even make the game even decent, and I still don't even like it, so. How did you get such a glorious beard? It is not glorious, okay? It is, I haven't even trimmed it in a couple of days. It's a bit, if anything, it's a bit bushy, but, thank you. I don't consider it a glorious beard, but, what about Google Stadia? I don't know what that is. Is this about helmets? No, it's not about helmets. It's not about helmets. We ever play Mountain Blade? Nah, never. Never. Hey Brock, how you going? Well, I might be ending this shortly. We've been live for almost 45 minutes. We've answered a lot of questions. I feel like I've not even answered half the stuff I wanted. I think I've missed an entire list of questions, which I've obviously misplaced somewhere. Actually, let me check my desktop quickly. Oh yeah, there's there's like three in here. I saved this question from YouTube. This is a YouTube question I saved. Okay, so the question is, how are you financially? And then added another question about how much do you make off YouTube. So I don't really like talking about how much I make on YouTube because for me it's not really important. So I'll start off with how much I make on YouTube. So since coming back, I changed networks. Well, no, I was partnered with Machinima under a 5-year contract when I hit 1,000 subs, and this is like late 2012. At the time, I didn't really think about making money on YouTube. It wasn't until maybe like 2 or 3 years after that where I was at the point where I was making like maybe $300 to $500 a month. But Machinima was taking 30% of my earnings just because of the contract I signed. But at the time, Machinima were like the network. They were the biggest network. In my almost 2 years of being absent, Machinima kicked me from my contract because my channel was no longer, because it was inactive for so long. They just kicked me from that contract, and that was the best thing that's ever happened. That was great because that means now I'm just making money off just ads off Google AdSense, and that's what I'm using to make money. So your ads, the super chats. Not that I've got any today, but super chats, is a great way for me to earn revenue on YouTube. So yeah, at the moment I'm not making that much, and honestly, because I've been so on and off, I can't really tell you how much I'm really making on YouTube. All I know is that I'm making just barely enough to make this actually profitable, because I pay a lot of money on softwares. So I have an Adobe monthly thing, which is like $80 a month, which is Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere, Audition, and Lightroom, and like all the different softwares which I use for YouTube. So obviously Premiere is what I use to edit. Audition is what I use to edit my audio in my YouTube videos. Photoshop to make thumbnails and stuff for videos. After Effects for intros and stuff like that. Lightroom I use to just edit pictures. So I use a lot of them. So I think it's worth it. $80 a month though is expensive. So yeah, and then I pay a subscription for music, which I use. It's the music you can hear right now. I use it for all the music. So that's like $15 a month, and then I pay like another like $5 a month to use like graphic stuff as well. So I'm basically paying like $100 a month to run the channel. I don't have to do this, but my channel would not look as good, wouldn't sound as good. Just wouldn't be the same without all these stuff. So that's why I'm earning just enough, just to make a little bit, But that's why my patrons are like just a lifesaver, because patrons is such a consistent way of making money. I'm making about $50 a month just off Patreon. That's why I'm so happy, as well as my Twitch subscriptions, which I don't actually stream much on Twitch, but thank you to everyone who stays subbed to me. You guys are awesome. So yeah. And financially, I'm okay. Obviously, in real life, I just work. I work 5-6 days a week. Work in a restaurant. It's not like a life. It's not something I'm going to pursue in the future. But yeah, I'm I don't earn a lot, but I'm going okay. Heph, before you go, would you be interested in a Witcher-based mod? I'm considering getting a team together and developing. I've never really I've never actually played The Witcher. I played a bit of number 2 before Witcher 3 came out, and then someone gave me Witcher 3, and I never actually played it. And I know it's a good game. I know that. Like, that's the thing. It's just I never ever got around to playing it, and I know it's a really really good game. That's the thing. I will be watching the Netflix series when it comes out. I'm very keen for that, and maybe that will convince me enough to like start playing the game. We'll see. But yeah, look, dude, I think a lot of people would love a Witcher mod for Bannerlord. Go ahead, 100%. So yeah, and that's probably about it. So guys, that's probably going to be it for all the questions. For those watching on YouTube, hello, little voice crack there. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a bit more about me. I'm definitely going to do some more of these in the future because I like making them. I like just sitting in front of a camera and talking. I like just chatting with people. It's great. I know, it's what everyone says about Witcher 3. Everyone has to... Okay, you have to play Witcher 3. It's amazing. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I don't know why I'm wearing a jacket. I always do this. I get hot when I start talking. Sweaty. Oh. Anyway, thank you all for popping in, saying hi. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day. I will see you in the next video, next stream, whatever. Take care, everyone, and yeah, have a good one.